Hello and welcome to the channel, and this is going to be a slightly different video. It's just mostly going to be me talking, but for once I've actually prepared some sort of video in advance that I can then sort of talk over rather than talking and also playing something, so therefore I get distracted. So, just for people that are interested, got a bit of Bloodborne in the background, just me generally messing with the game, still like kind of learning the game. Something that I wanted to play absolutely ages ago, back when it came out earlier in the year, but I didn't have access to a PS4, so I just mostly watched people stream the game and things like that, a lot of my friends and whatnot. So, I have recently picked up a PS4. Now, I did this because I wanted to start doing some PS4 coverage, because this channel's mostly a PC sort of focused channel, but I thought it was kind of limiting, because I also want the channel to be more of like a celebration of good games. So, as much as I kind of don't like console exclusives and things like that, where like, oh, you have to have this platform to play this game, I kind of find that a bit of a dick move, but in some cases these console exclusives are genuinely very good games, so I kind of want to show them off a little bit. FromSoft do some of my favourite games. I'm dreadful at them. That will also like to be said right now. I am really bad at FromSoft games, but I still absolutely adore them. So you're probably going to be pulling your hair out with some of this video, so you will have to excuse me. Don't expect like pro plays in this video at all. But there we go. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to cover yet. I currently only have Bloodborne, which I might start doing some diary sort of things again, similar to when I did Dark Souls 2 originally, where I kind of every couple of days did a little bit of like, here's what I've progressed through so far. Kind of talk about my experience with the game thus far, rather than doing any sort of coverage of it or let's play, because it's a lot of repetitive sort of stuff, so an actual elongated playthrough isn't the most interesting thing to watch a lot of the time, unless you're actually a good player, which I'm not. So it's something that I'm sort of toying with. I also have Until Dawn, which again I thought about doing, but I'm already part of the way through playing it, and until you've played the game through once, you can't really do much with it, so I'm going to play it through once and then maybe go back the second time. Maybe I'll record a little bit of that, I don't know though, because there's been a lot of coverage for that game. So I kind of feel like it's already saturated a little bit. So, yeah. I'm having a great deal of fun with Bloodborne though. I managed to kill the Cleric Beast, the first boss, on my second try. First try I basically stumbled into it. It was completely an accident. I was just sort of exploring around, and then it sort of happened. I wasn't really expecting it, and I died in a couple of seconds. Kind of worked out what I'd got to do though in the first fight very, very quickly. So when I went back the second time, I then did very well and killed him. I'm now on Father Gascoigne, which you might be seeing right now. I think it's about that time. The very first time I fought him, I got him down to, if I'd hit him one more time, I would have killed him. Which, again, I walked into it completely by accident, so I didn't have any Molotovs for while he was in his beast form. I basically had no healing. It was just one of these things, I walked into it at the worst possible time, but I nearly did it anyway, so that was lucky. What you're currently seeing, if it is on right now, is my second attempt of it. I was playing really badly. Quick bit of story backwards, I've been away again for a couple of days, so I took a few days off from Bloodborne and all that kind of stuff. I haven't been playing any games for a couple of days, so I was a little out of practice, and then just decided I was just going to try and do a bit of beginner's luck and go back into him. It didn't go that well. I made some really bad mistakes halfway through the fight, so that was my own fault though, completely. As it mostly usually is in Bloodborne. There's a few little problems with it here or there. I still struggle with the fact of the frame rate. It's something that I really do struggle with. When I was younger, I didn't seem to mind 30 FPS. I don't know if it's because I've got so used to 60 from playing so much PC, that going back to 30 now, you instantly see the difference, and it kind of makes it a bit jarring at times. I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, so that's something that I was a bit kind of... the frame rate sucks a little bit, and occasionally it does appear that you swing straight through some enemies, which is a bit weird. But yeah, so I'm having a great deal of fun with Bloodborne. So the Bloodborne might occasionally appear on the channel if I'm playing a lot of it and I just want to generally talk about it, because I find it quite an interesting game to talk about just from an aesthetic standpoint, because FromSoft do some fantastic level design, particularly when Miyazaki is involved in comparison to... I mean, Dark Souls 2 was a good game, but it certainly lacked because it lost that sort of influence from Miyazaki, who come up with most of the basically interesting things about Dark Souls in the first place. So, yeah, it's nice to have all that back. So it's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to Dark Souls 3 a lot, because I absolutely love Dark Souls, and then Miyazaki's involved again a lot more with Dark Souls 3. So the levels and everything that I've seen thus far look really good. Right, what else have we got? Blood Bowl 2 beta released. I got to play a couple of games of that, but at the time it was closed beta, so I couldn't show it. The day I went away, they decided to announce that the NDA had lifted, and they were just going to let everyone play it who'd pre-ordered, and you could stream it, make video, you could do whatever you wanted, and they wouldn't be resetting the progress. But as I say, I had to go away, so I couldn't get a video out on that as and when that launched, so I have now actually recorded one of those, and you'll be getting that probably in short videos over the next couple of days. Probably already some of them have launched by the time you're actually watching this. So I've been really enjoying that game. Away from gaming, I've been doing a lot more of the Warhammer, the actual Warhammer models. I've got really back into that the last couple of months. I did it when I was younger, and then I sort of stopped, and then recently I decided to pick it back up, and I'm absolutely addicted to it now that Age of Sigmar's released. I know some people don't like the new rule set, but I really like it. I think the new models are great, and they're just good fun to paint and build and all that kind of stuff. They're really impressive looking models, so I've been enjoying that. Don't think what other games are coming out that I would need to be showing. I think there's a couple more little indie games that I might be grabbing soon. One game that I really badly want to play is a game called Bedlam, I think. It's something a bit longer. I know the first part of the game is called Bedlam. If you search that on Steam, it usually comes straight up. Which is a game built in the Banner Saga engine. Again, if you've followed the channel for a while, you're going to know that Banner Saga was one of my absolute favourite games. And their engine's incredibly good for what it does. So if you like tactics-based games, they are very good. So Bedlam is a game that was kick-started, and it's more of a Fallout meets Banner Saga sort of idea. So it's all wastelandy, and it just looks really cool. So I do want to play that. It just looks good. It's sort of like it's got a bit more of roguelike elements though. You do more like short runs of it rather than with Banner Saga, where it is a lot more narrative focused. So I think that's going to be cool. I think that's going to be very cool. I quite like some roguelike sort of stuff when you get like the random elements thrown into there, because it makes it just that little bit different. Oh, so yeah, that's going to be a good bit of fun. What else is coming up? I don't think that I can show some of the other stuff that I might be getting into. I want to get into the Eternal Crusade alpha, I believe has now released, or is about to release. Probably has released by the time you see this. But I think only certain people who pre-purchased it actually got access to it in the first place. And I don't think I have a high enough tier to get into the alpha. I think I'm a beta player, so I don't think I'll be into that. And I'm also sure that in the alpha you can't show it anyway, so there wouldn't really be much into that. What else has gone on? I'm sure there was loads more I had to tell you about, and I can't remember any of it. Right, well, we'll just start talking about some personal stuff that will kind of fall into the channel a little bit more. Again, if any of you have been listening to like vlog updates and things like that I've done again, you'll know generally what's been going on and why my time has been scattered everywhere. Well, you know the rough idea everywhere. Obviously, you don't know all the details because they're purposely kept quiet. I have only got to go away for a few days one more time, and then I will be able to basically sort out a much more normal schedule so that the videos can become more regular again, because I'm going to be at home a lot more. Obviously, I still occasionally have to go to work and things like that, but it should be something that I can kind of juggle enough to get videos out at least fairly regularly compared to what they are. I mean, some of the times I'm not getting a video out for over a week, which it's not really that great, honestly. I mean, I know sometimes when it's a bit of a dry season you get like a lot of one game, but I'd still rather be putting videos out than not putting videos out, because I enjoy doing it. I like talking to you guys. I like the responses and all that kind of stuff. And it's just a good bit of fun. And if it's a game that someone somehow doesn't know about, and then like they're like, this is really awesome, thank you for the review or something, because like they were thinking about buying the game, I just think that's great if I've helped someone kind of decide that. It's what it was aimed at in the first place. It was meant to be the celebration, here is a good game, or here is a game that maybe you haven't heard of it, or sometimes I show bad games. It happens. Some games that I get sent to show, or I do show, are bad games. I try and be as positive as I can with them, and just be as honest as I can. I won't sit there and flat out say this is a dreadful game, but I will generally try and say, like, this is the reason why I don't think it's quite ready yet. Or at least I try to. I probably aren't the best at it, but I do try. So yeah, hopefully the channel's going to get a little bit more regular now. There's a lot of stuff that was going to be happening that's now been put on hold in my personal life, so that shouldn't be causing any problems. Like, originally I was going to be looking for somewhere else to live, and moving in with my girlfriend. That now probably isn't going to be happening. Nothing's wrong between me and the girlfriend before anyone worries about that, because I know some people get very concerned with the personal relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a simple case of money. And finding a place isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world a lot of the time. So yeah, that's still going to be getting looked into, but it's going to be at a much slower pace than what it has been recently. Just while we try and sort out some more long-term ways with the finance. So that's why I was kind of been saving the money for a while, and then the housing stuff wasn't really happening, so I was like, oh that's great, we're going to buy PS4. So we did. Because there you go. So yeah, bringing it back up the PS4 again, if there is any game that you guys would suggest for the PS4, please send me suggestions, because I sit there looking through the PS4 store going, what should I play? What should I buy? Oh, that actually, no, that I did have a suggestion the other day. I played it, and I want to talk about this very briefly, because I think I'm nearly out of gameplay footage. Journey. Now, I never played Journey when it came out originally, so I've played the remaster very recently because someone was like, you need to go and play this game. It's strange, it's pretty much a walking simulator as they've now been kind of known, but this one is different. Go and play it, and you'll understand. I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I tried it out, and that game is strangely brilliant. It's the only game that I have ever known that somehow manages to make you care about someone you can have no communication with. Almost to a genius level. As you're walking around in a completely non-narrative story, there's no words in it at all, you're just kind of roughly guided in the direction you need to be heading. So you start walking along, and then eventually you'll see another player. You're not at the first, you're not 100% sure if it's another player or not. You just see another person who looks roughly like you. You can't communicate with them other than being able to, like, I mean, you can press a button that basically makes you do like a call, but it's just a random note. But you're meant to use that where you charge it and basically activates things around you when you're actually on your journey, but you can kind of use it to beep at each other sort of thing. So that happened, and I don't know, I absolutely loved it. I finished it start to finish in one session. I played with 2 random people in the end according to the end screen once I'd finished it, and I really enjoyed it. At first I found myself going, oh, this is literally it's just a walking simulator, I'm not actually doing anything, this is a bit like meh. But I couldn't put it down. And then Austrian Wintry composes the music for it, and Austrian Wintry is a fantastic composer and makes some beautiful game music. Again, he made music for the Banner Saga, so I'm a little bit biased, but there you go. So yeah, Journey was a fantastic little experience, so I'd love to hear some more people's suggestions in case you can get some more good games out of it. One I've been told to maybe check out is Helldivers. Apparently that's pretty decent, so I might check that out at some point. And I also want to grab the Last of Us Remastered, because I never played The Last of Us. And I also want to grab God of War Remastered, because I also never played that. So I'm going to be grabbing some remasters of them just because 60 FPS and all that kind of stuff is just a little bit more better for me to play, and also just to experience it for myself rather than hearing what other people have to say about it. It's just one of them nice things. So yeah, I think that's going to be about wrap us up for today. So hopefully you have enjoyed this. If you want to, I'll probably start maybe doing a slight vloggy thing a little bit more often, try generally keep you guys up to date with what's going on. And I'll hopefully be getting the videos back on track again as well. So let me know if there's anything you want to see. I'll try and get some more indie games out. There's already going to be some Blood Bowl 2 coming out because that's happening. It's already been recorded before I recorded this. I might do some more Armello as well because people seem to really enjoy that. I still absolutely adore that game, so Armello's probably going to come back again, and I'll probably work through a couple more of the characters as well. Maybe try and get some other victories as well on camera. And yeah, I think it's going to be good fun. So hopefully I will talk to you very soon. Please keep leaving all the lovely messages, and to all the new subscribers who haven't heard one of these before, thank you very much for subscribing. Hopefully you'll stick around and we'll have some good fun as well. So yeah, that'll about wrap us up, guys. Thank you very much, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye bye.